Tell me about a time you solved a complex technical problem independently. At PwC, I was working on a high traffic SaaS platform serving thousands of concurrent users. One of our core APIs, which supported a critical customer facing feature, was consistently returning responses in 1.2 to 1.5 seconds. That's unacceptable for a real time user experience. Customers were experiencing visible lag, and our support team was fielding complaints. No one told me to fix it, but I owned the feature end to end. So I took the initiative. I diagnosed the root cause, designed a solution, and executed it independently across the full stack. The action was first, I instrumented the system with detailed logging and monitoring. I used distributed tracing to pinpoint exactly where the bottleneck was. What I found, the database layer was executing an n plus 1 query pattern. For every API request, we were firing dozens of unnecessary queries instead of one optimized join. I had two paths forward: optimize the queries themselves or cache aggressively. I chose both, they are not mutually exclusive. On the caching side, I implemented a Redis cache aside pattern. When a user requested data, we would check Redis first. If it wasn't there, we would query the database, then store it in Redis with a TTL of 15 minutes. For frequently accessed data, this meant we were hitting Redis instead of the database 87% of the time. On the database side, I rewrote the queries to use proper joins and added strategic indexes. I load tested both changes independently to validate each was actually helping. I coordinated with our ops team to deploy behind a feature flag so we could validate in production with real traffic before fully rolling out. The outcome was significant: 35% reduction in latency. API responses dropped from 1.2 seconds to 0.78 seconds. 87% cache hit rate on frequently accessed endpoints. 3 times increase in concurrent user capacity without any additional infrastructure cost. 22% drop in support tickets related to slowness. That feature became one of our most reliable, highest performing endpoints, and more importantly, customers stopped complaining. They got a snappy, responsive experience.